So today I'm going to attempt to survive 100 days in modded Minecraft. I have 3 objectives. First, obtain scale armor. Second, take out Ferris Ridnot. And finally, defeat the Ender Dragon. Can I survive 100 days in modded Minecraft? Make sure to watch the entire video to find out. Anyways, let the 100 days begin. So here we go. The first thing I wanted to do was to go and get myself some wood. So I came over to this tree and I started punching it down. Made myself a crafting table, and then I made myself a wooden pickaxe and also a sword. Then I noticed off in the distance there was a tower, so I headed over there. I also noticed only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you do go to enjoy this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. But anyways, back to the video. So I entered the tower and there was nothing really, but I could hear there was actually mobs above me. So I made myself a way up right here, and then as I looked inside, there it was, a skeleton. But I was not strong enough to take him on, so I left. Continue exploring, and I found myself these sheep. I needed food, so I had to do what I had to do. Found myself some stone and also some coal, which was very nice. And then I made myself a full set of stone tools. These would come in very handy. And then I continue exploring to see what else I could find. And to my surprise, I found this airship. And as well, I came across what seems to be a village. So I went to go and investigate, and I found myself some melons. So what I decided to do was to go and collect myself some, because I needed food. And yeah, I found all the villagers. They seem to just be chilling right here. And I also noticed there was this like giant plant attacking all the villagers. This low-key did scare me, so I made a run for it. So it was already getting dark. So what I decided to do was to actually sleep. So I placed down my bed and I went to sleep. Day 2, I came across this like cave and I found myself some copper. I'm not sure what I can use this for, but I'll take it. And then I noticed there was these hexacle plants. I needed these. So I rushed over there the quickest I could to go and collect myself some. And I needed these for my armor. So I made sure to go around and collect myself a few. And I continued exploring and I came across this beaver. He seems rather happy. Ah, look, a house. Yes. So I made myself a way over to this house and I found myself some iron gear. I almost had a full set of iron armor now. This was amazing. So I entered the house to see what else I could find, and to my surprise, there was a villager right here. I also found myself this like chest right here. So I continued exploring the house to see what else I could find. Found this another chest which had some ancient scrap. This was awesome. And now I wanted to find a place to live. So by day 3, I found this spot. And this looks like a perfect spot to build my home. I was super happy. So I set up camp right here, placing in my chest, furnace, and also my bed. And then I just spent the rest of the day chopping down some trees. So for the next couple of days, I built my new home. Started by placing in some logs, also a few slabs, and also some cobblestone slabs as well. And of course, I can't forget, I made sure to place in some torches as well. And there it is, our house is pretty much done. And of course, there always has to be a creeper. Day 10, I wanted to go and get myself some materials, specifically iron. I kinda need this stuff. So I headed to the caves and I went to go and collect myself some iron. And I found myself loads of iron. This was awesome. And then as I was exploring the caves, I came across this like, what seems to be abandoned like camp. So I went to go and investigate. And then out of nowhere, I was getting pulled in by some magical force. And then I noticed there was a zombie which had magical powers. So I made myself a way around the back and I easily took him out. Collected myself a few pieces of gold. And then as I turned a corner, there he was. Diamonds. Wow. So I collected myself these diamonds right here, and even better, more diamonds. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I collected those as well. And then after that, I made myself this diamond pickaxe so I could go and get myself some obsidian. So I collected myself enough obsidian for the enchantment table and also the nether portal as well. And now it was time to head home. I got home and smelted up all the stuff that I collected. Made myself a diamond chestplate so I could be safe from any mobs. And what I decided to do now was to go exploring. I wanted to go and see what I could find. So I headed out and I found myself some pumpkins. So I collected myself a few. And as well, I found these like mooses. And yeah, they didn't really seem to like me that much. This moose did serious damage. Took me down to 3 hearts. I couldn't believe it. And then I came across this like ship. So I went to go and investigate. So I got to the ship and yeah, there was a few mobs here. But luckily I was able to take them out very easily. Looted up all the chests that are here and I found myself some decent loot. So I went off exploring once again to see what else I could find. And I came across this little dog. So what I decided to do was to tame him. And then there it is. We finally have a pet dog. This is amazing. It was so happy. Also found this abandoned castle, so I went to go investigate. And yeah, there wasn't too much honestly, but I continued to explore to see what I could find. So I found myself a chest which had a diamond pickaxe, and then I found myself this like dungeon, so I went to go and explore it. I found myself this secret room, so I entered the secret room and I found myself a chest which had a diamond in it. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I go off exploring once again and I came across this like hut. So I entered this hut and so I found myself this hatch, so I went to go and investigate. Made myself a way down and there was a brewing stand, so I took that, and there wasn't really anything else, so I left. So I found myself this like old structure right here. So I went over there and there was some pillagers, so I fought them. And I came across this desert temple. So I went to go and check that out as well. Found myself some very good loot actually here. And then finally I go home. I get home and place in these chests right here because I wanted a bit more storage. And I also wanted to make a bit of a farm right here. Place in some water, flattened up the ground, and I planted in some carrots and also some potatoes. And I also thought, why not? Let's make a bit of a wall right here. So I used a bit of cobblestone, added some leaves around, and made a very simple wall. And the next day, I just extended this path right here because I wanted to have a bit of a bigger pathway right here. So chopped down a few more trees. I wanted a better food source. So I thought, let's make a cow farm. So that's exactly what I did. All I had to do now was to go off and get myself some cows. And after a bit of time, I found myself some cows. So I brought them back to their new home and they seemed rather happy. So the next day, I collected myself some more food. Day 32, it is now time to go to the Nether. So I placed in all the obsidian, then lit up the Nether portal and went through. So I got through to the other side and yeah, we're in a crimson forest. And I also came across these sand crawlers, but luckily I was able to take them out very easily. Collected myself a few bones and then it was a ghost. This low-key did scare me a little bit, but luckily I was able to take out the ghost very easily. And off in the distance, I can see there's some ancient builds, so I headed over there. There were some cool banner designs right here, and also I found myself this chest, which didn't really have anything good in it, honestly. And then there it was, the Nether Fortress. I couldn't believe it. So I entered the fortress and I collected myself some Nether wart. And I also found myself this chest. So I opened it up and I found myself this really cool sword. And yeah, this looks amazing. I was super happy. And then I found myself this blaze spawner, so I collected myself some blaze rods. Made sure to collect a few of these because I would need these for potions and stuff. And then finally, I head home. I get home and I do a bit of farming, growing up all the potatoes. And then what I decided to do was to actually make myself this furnace pickaxe. And you might be wondering, what does this do? Basically, it just auto smelts like iron and stuff. And yeah, this is amazing. Day 36, I make myself the enchantment table. And there it is. We finally have the enchantment table. So I went outside to go and place it in. And yeah, this looks like a perfect spot for the enchantment table. Made some bookshelves to go around the enchantment table. And I was super happy. So now I wanted to actually get myself some diamonds. So I headed back to the caves to go and collect myself loads of diamonds. Found myself this mine shaft and then I couldn't believe it. Diamonds. And yeah, I spent the next couple of days just collecting myself loads of diamonds. I needed a lot of these. And yeah, we definitely have enough diamonds now. Then finally, it is now time to leave the caves. So I get home and smelt up all the iron and gold. Day 50, I went back to the caves and collected myself loads of obsidian because I needed this for my armor. Also needed a lot of these hexagonal flowers right here, so I went to go and collect myself loads of those. So I went home and made myself the hexagonal diamond. So I made that and then I made my armor. And there it is. Wow, we finally got our armor. This is awesome. So day 51, I wanted to make a bit of a basement so I can actually start work on some potions and stuff. So yeah, I was clearing out space and I made it very simple. Placed in the brewing stand and also I placed in some chests. And yeah, our potion room is pretty much done. So I head back to the Nether to go and collect myself some soul sand. And also I thought, why not? I'm in the Nether. Let me go and collect some ender pearls. So that's exactly what I did. And then I found myself this warped temple. I was a little confused, so I went to go and investigate. Made myself a way into the temple. And yeah, then this happened. Anyways, I head back home after that. I get home and made myself some more paths right here. And also, I want to make a bit of a chicken farm right here. So I placed in some fences and yeah, then this happened. Yeah, not very good. But anyways, I make myself this very simple wheat farm right here. Place in a few seeds. And as well, I wanted to make myself a very simple storage room right here. Nothing special. Day 59, I make myself some eyes of ender because I wanted to go and find the stronghold. So I threw the ender eye and I proceeded to head that way. And after a bit of time, I found myself this mine shaft. So I broke these spawners so no skeletons could spawn back. So I explored this mine shaft, and after a bit of time, I came across this library. So I collected myself a few books, fought off a bunch of zombies and skeletons, and I opened up this barrel and I found myself some TNT. And then there it was, the end portal. I couldn't believe it. So what I decided to do after that was to head home. Then finally I get home, make myself a bunch of bookshelves, and I went to go and place them all around the enchantment table. The enchantment table is now complete. And as well, I made myself this diamond shield so I could be very safe. And as well, I just did a bit more enchanting, and there it is. Our armor is now fully enchanted. Day 63, I made this nether warp farm right here. I thought I'd use some of the warped wood. It looks quite nice, and yeah, I really like it. And there it is, the nether warp farm is done. So I now want to make myself some potions. So I collected myself some sand, collected myself a few melons, and I went home and made myself some glistering melons. And I just made myself some potions. And I also wanted to change up the door right here with a glass door instead. And yeah, this looks a lot better. Day 65, I just farmed the entire day. Day 66 to 79, I wanted to go exploring again, see what I could find. And I found myself this tower, so I went to go investigate. So I climbed up the ladder and I found myself this waypoint right here. And also I found myself this chest with some loot. And then off in the distance, I could see there was a temple. So I headed over there. So I approached the temple and I went to go and collect all the loot inside. Found myself a few useful things, which was very nice. And I also collected myself loads of wheat from the village. I needed a lot of this stuff. And then I came across this wasp. This looks horrifying. Then I noticed something off in the distance. That does not look like a village. So I headed over there. I couldn't believe it. It was the Sun Chief. I had to take him on. But first, I had to get past his guards. So I easily took all them out. Very easily. And then I went to go and fight the Sun Chief. He was shooting lightning. This was bad. So then I went to go and attack the Sun Chief. And as I was doing damage to the Sun Chief, he uses a lightning ability to do serious damage. This was bad. But luckily, after a bit of time, I got my final swing, and there it is. He has been defeated. So then day 80, I decided to go home. I finally get home and I do a bit more enchanting on some of my pickaxes. And then I go to the nether because I wanted to find myself some more ancient debris. So I just used a lot of that TNT that I collected earlier, and I went to go and find myself so much ancient debris. And yeah, this took a little longer than I thought it would. After a while, I collected myself enough ancient debris, so I headed home and then I made my netherite sword. And even better, I could now make my scale sword. And there it is. Wow. So I just did a bit more enchanting on the scale sword, to give myself a few enchants on it. And then for the rest of the day, I made myself some potions. So here we go. It is now time to take on Ferris. Here we go, it's now time to take on Ferris. So he did his smash ability, which took a few hearts. I went in for a few hits, but his armor was well too strong. This was serious. I had to be very careful. And then finally, I was able to get my first hit on Ferris. He was not happy whatsoever. And then he did serious damage to me. He really took a lot of hearts away. I had to play it really safe. But luckily, with that scale sword, I was doing serious damage. He was not happy at all. He got angrier by the minute, doing well more damage with every swing. I got a third hit on him, and I could tell he was getting weaker. All I had to do was to get one more hit, and I would win. So I took my final swing, and there it is. Ferris has been defeated. Wow. So I collected myself this helmet and also his axe, and it's time to go and test out this axe. And yeah, this axe is extremely OP. So I get home and say hello to my dog, and then I put all the armor on an armor stand to display it. And yeah, it looks awesome. And I spent the next couple of days in the nether, collecting myself loads of ender pearls and also some blaze rods as well. So I headed home and made myself some eyes of ender, and I also gave some food to the cows. It is now time. it is now time. It is now time to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. So I gathered all the stuff I needed from my chest, said goodbye to my dog, and I headed out. So here we go, it is now time to go and defeat the Ender Dragon. So I jumped through the portal, got through to the other side, and there it was, the Ender Dragon. I could tell the Ender Dragon was not happy whatsoever and had to be quick. I had to take out all the End Crystals quick as I could. So I proceeded to take out all the End Crystals. But I couldn't reach this End Crystal, so I had to make myself a way up. Took out this End Crystal, and I only had a few more. I could do this. Made myself enough way up to this other End Crystal, and I took that one out as well. And then, as I tried to take out this End Crystal, the Ender Dragon shot a fireball at me. This was serious, doing so much damage to me, I had to jump. Luckily, I was able to place a water bucket just in time. I only had one arrow left, and there was only one End Crystal. I couldn't miss this shot, so I fired my arrow. To my surprise, I actually hit it. I couldn't believe it. This was awesome. And all I had to do now was to take out the Ender Dragon, and it is now time to end this. And I took my final swing, and there it was. We defeated the Ender Dragon. Wow, we did it. So I gathered up all the XP, and I went home. Wow, 100 days just around the corner. So what we decided to do, me and my dog, we wanted to go and watch the sunset for the last time in our world. And there it is, we finally did it. We finally survived 100 days in modded Minecraft. Wow, what a journey this has been. Well guys, this is where our journey ends. 100 days in modded Minecraft. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.